Welcome back to Streaming Star. Christopher Nolan's films have a reputation of being puzzling and hard to comprehend, but once you understand them, you realize how unique they are. Memory, space, time, war, action, chaos, trauma, self-reflective, dreams, psychology are just some of the paradigms that Nolan has encompassed in his films. Today, we look at Nolan's top 10 best films of his career. Number 10, Following. Following is the only low-budget movie Nolan has made, considering he spent $6,000 from his own pocket, which is said to be its only setback. Despite that, you can see carefully how well the story is crafted, and it predicts Nolan's pace in Hollywood. It follows the story of a writer who follows strangers for inspiration for his novel, but it quickly turns into a deadly obsession. Following is also said to be the groundwork of Nolan's career. The untimely narratives, complex characters, and unexpected plot twists are all that you would expect from a Nolan movie. Although the movie is pretty short, it did what it was supposed to do. It brought Nolan into the game. Nolan introduced his ambition to the world as a promising director with unimaginable ideas adapted perfectly on screen. Number 9. Insomnia. Insomnia marked Nolan's transition from an independent filmmaker to a studio filmmaker. Impressed by his work in Memento, Nolan was approached by Steven Soderbergh, who asked him to direct a psychological thriller. The movie was star-studded with Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. It was the remake of a Norwegian novel. It followed Al Pacino as a troubled detective who accidentally kills his partner and tries to cover it up. It stars Robin Williams as the antagonist who questioned Pacino's character's reliability. Drama, suspense, murder, and mystery delivered remarkably brought Nolan into the Hollywood game. In terms of cinematography, Nolan breathes a chill of horror into the peaks of Alaska, making it not only aesthetic but more dramatic. Number 8, The Dark Knight Rises. It's no secret that the third film of the Dark Knight trilogy wasn't really up to the mark as compared to the other two. Yes, it was the perfect end to the trilogy, but in comparison to the previous films, this one does fall short. The movie was not quite what the viewers expected. Though the introduction of Bane as the villain was a winner, Bruce Wayne's re-embracement of Batman twice was dragged. This one blew Gotham into the mouth of war as chaos rattled and shook the city from its core, but it somehow didn't feel completely justified. It is said that Nolan himself wrecked this third film. However, it still managed to be a box office hit because of its thrilling action elements as the plane hijacking mid-air and the send-off of Batman, which was ultimately diluted by the vacation scene. Number 7. Interstellar. This science fiction was worked hard on. It plays with time, future, space, and love as an astronaut who's sent into space to look for other habitats for humans as his daughter waits on Earth for his long-awaited return. Days go by, his daughter ages while Connor remains the same. Nolan directs his story towards the very intimidating black holes, which have always entangled humankind with curiosity. It takes the right kind of science and storytelling to dive deeper into its tale, introducing chilling horrors of space and the fear of losing love in its divine presence. The best thing about Nolan is that he never uses a green screen until necessary, so all of his sets are built to give the actors the perception of reality and makes it easier for them to transform into character. Number 6, Batman Begins. It looked like a lost cause for the superhero genre as films weren't doing well. Batman as a character on screen had failed to capture its comic fans' heart until Nolan paired up with Warner Bros. Studio to bring the favorite comic superhero to life. The DCU had found its much-awaited director, and the first Batman film in his trilogy seemed to leave the fans more than content. It explored the mysterious origins of the Dark Knight and brought his guilt and desires to life. It was an introduction of Batman to a whole new generation, as well as a successful lasso at the box office. With Bale's iconic voice and the element of Bruce Wayne's human capabilities, revived viewers are drawn back to this iconic character. The idea of a human trying to save the world in a cape is daunting and awing. Number 5. Inception. The idea of a dream in a dream is very confusing at first, but once you put your mind to it, it lays down at your feet and plunges you into the world of Inception. The conflict of dream versus reality is taken to a whole new level where ideas can be planted and extracted through exploring the unconscious mind. This, paired with stunning visuals, cinematography, and blockbuster stars like Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Marion Cotillard, Cillian Murphy, and Ellen Page, the movie is no doubt a masterpiece. However, the viewers are left with a riddle ending that makes them question the success of the mission. Nolan is the only one in Hollywood who successfully unraveled layers of the subconscious and brought it to the box office screens. Number 4. Memento. Memento was first developed as a short story by Nolan's brother Jonathan, which later he developed into a screenplay telling the tale in reverse. The movie is ingenious. It follows a man with anterograde amnesia who seeks to avenge his wife's death. With a bunch of Polaroid and tattoos as his clues, he begins to walk towards the man who killed his wife. It portrays classic Christopher Nolan storytelling elements with a perfect blend of mystery. It has psychological cues, cross-cutting, and plays with the temporal structure very well. Number 3. Dunkirk. I was taken aback when I first read that this film was the greatest war film and even managed to break Saving Private Ryan's record. However, after watching the film, I felt no falsehood in that statement. The storytelling of the film is so cautiously crafted that it doesn't give away until its end. It depicts the evacuation of the Dunkirk city by the Allied forces when they were surrounded by the Germans. It alternates between 3 narratives: the beach, the air, and the sea, taking the audience into the eyes of the soldiers, hoping for their lives as the destruction nears them. The bombing sounds were amazing, as well as the scenes of the beach as young soldiers stood in line waiting for fleets to come their way and take them home. Number 2. The Dark Knight. Critics have often taken Nolan's career and rated The Dark Knight to be his best movie ever. There's no doubt that Nolan's Batman films are the best, and that Dark Knight ranks the highest among them. And it seldom needs words to justify it. Heath Ledger's Joker has often been listed to be one of the greatest villains in cinema history. However, Nolan's direction is to be awarded too. He did a phenomenal job bringing him to life. It was despairing how it didn't take the Oscar for Best Picture that year. It revisits Batman's themes that having faith is essentially more important than the truth, as people lose hope in Batman when the city is filled with masked jokers. It also brings Harvey Dent into the picture as he seeks to avenge his heartbreak. All in all, it's just an undeniable masterpiece. Number 1. The Prestige. Nolan's love for tricks and illusion is perfectly constructed in this film, which follows the rivalry between 2 magicians in the 1800s. It also introduces the theme of the film with its first line, "Are you watching closely?" What seems to be reality is deferred with the power of magic as the rivalry escalates into a survival game. It's often ranked as Nolan's best film ever because of the creation and the deliverance of these 2 characters, Robert Anger and Alfred Borden, brought to life by Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, both men receiving praise for their roles. The production, the costumes, sound, cinematics all build up to the final plot twist that still troubles the audience to this day, contributing to the Prestige's fame and its radiance through time. They say Nolan is Hollywood's most gifted director and storyteller. I hope you can understand that now. Do share your list of the best Christopher Nolan films in the comment section below, while also hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel for more awesome videos down the line. Until next time guys, take care and goodbye.